Number 1, the wax seal washer technique. If you want a perfectly rounded wax seal to place in your scrapbooks, journals, or add to cards, then go to your local hardware store and pick up a washer like this and create the perfectly rounded wax seal. Number 2, embellishing stamps. I love embellishing my envelopes with stamps, more specifically with these 3-dimensional stamps. If you can get your hands on threaded wire like this one is Prima Marketing's wire thread. It will take your envelopes and your crafting to a whole other level. However, I would suggest that you skip this embellishing step if you actually plan on mailing this card out. But if you're handing it to someone, it just gives your cards that wow factor. Number 3, transparent mixed media effect. I not only love embellishing my scrapbook journals with ephemera and photos, but I am loving the distress glaze because when it is heat embossed, it comes out transparent. So any text, journaling, stamping, or stenciling you've done underneath actually shines through. So don't be afraid to stamp and stencil all you want. Then add this embossing glaze for a 3-dimensional look you'll absolutely love. Number 4, corner embellishing. If you love to embellish and journal in your scrapbooks, then corner embellishing is a way to add dimension and balance to your projects without interfering with the actual journaling itself. Number 5, the glossy brush stroke. We all love using glossy accents to give our projects that bubble look or vinyl effect, but instead of spreading the gloss over the whole sentiment, why not just add a thick line on your sentiment to create a brush stroke effect? In this case, I had to cut the tip off my Glossy Accents bottle to achieve this look. Now, I'm not sure if you want to do that, but if you're a hardcore crafter like I am, I'm sure you have a few bottles of this stuff lying around. So just sacrifice one of them, and I promise you, you won't regret it. I use this technique a lot. Number 6, art pages. Oh my goodness, this one is a game changer. I love adding scrapbooking elements like ephemera, mixed media, and thread to my journals, but here is another way you can add interest. I call these art pages. These are inserts that attach to the binding of this DIY scrapbook journal. It's actually a lot of fun. I love how I can add stamping, wax seal art, dried flowers, and mixed media to these inserts without them interfering with my journal sections. I'll put a link to this technique at the end of this video if you want to know how to create this scrapbook journal. Number 7, embellishing tabs. I was never one to embellish the outside of my scrapbooks until I started scrapbook journaling. These tabs that stick out of this mini scrapbook journal acts as bookmarks, but more specifically act as embellishing for the book. It adds a little creative interest and acts as foreshadowing to what one would expect to see inside. It's a great way to add bling to your projects without adding bulk to the actual body of the scrapbook journal. I love doing this to all my scrapbook journals. So far, if you like the information, could you do me a favor and stamp that like button so it could spread to the rest of our crafting community? I'd really appreciate it. Thank you. And if you want more content just like this, then make sure you hit that subscribe button as well so that you don't miss any of my videos. Number 8, Scrapbook Journal on Postcards. Now, I've been doing this for a few years now. I was getting bored of the book journal look and wanted something different. Something I could take with me on a trip and not have to take the whole journal. I found this was a fun way to catalog my thoughts and feelings in an extremely interesting way. I loved how versatile this journal was, in a sense that I could just put a few pages in my purse. So if I wanted to journal at work or on a trip, I could do so with minimal effort. I also loved how I could use these journal pages as a way to connect with someone. It's a postcard, so why not use it to connect with others? So usually in my quiet time, someone always comes to mind, and that's when I feel compelled to write a short note to them. This system of journaling has definitely been a favorite of mine over the past couple of years. Number 9, the postal stamp, the rip and distress technique. I love designing paper lines with postal stamps because I'm addicted to the postal stamp look, and I want to encourage those who purchase the paper lines to use their scraps from creating their scrapbook journals to create cards. But what if you don't have those fancy stamp punches, or the stamp punches you do have don't fit the stamps that you've printed out? All you have to do is this. Since most of my paper lines are vintage in nature, then this rip and distress technique blends really well with the aesthetic. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you're interested in more tips and tricks for your scrapbooks, journals, or cards, then you'll probably want to watch this video. Take care, and we'll see you in those videos. Bye!